Jean-Pierre Garcia, there you go. You were waiting for this one, man. Welcome, welcome. Okay, so it says, hey Ave, I hope you're doing well. I'm a recent graduate and I'm looking for some feedback on my portfolio. I'm focusing on hard surface weapon design, but I'm also interested in environment work. Do you have any tips on areas I should improve or advice on the next steps I should take? Let's take a look. I've seen this camera before. I'm not sure if it's from a tutorial as well. It's not bad. You can definitely get a little bit more light, especially for glass. You need an HDRI that's a little bit stronger so that we can really see the glass. This one is the one that might need a little bit more metal edgeware or dirt on the crevices, so it doesn't look as perfect. But yeah, that's a good piece. See, this kind of environments is always very tricky to evaluate because I've seen them. I've seen them in a lot of games. There's this game called Story of Seasons. Have you heard of it, guys? Story of Seasons. Which is like, what's the word? Like freaking Harvest Moon, I think. And you can see, like, this is the problem with portfolio reviews, right? Like, I'm very, maybe not mean, but I'm very intense about, like, explaining how you need to push it to the next level. And then you end up working in a company that does this kind of, like, a level of 3D. Not saying it's bad 3D, I'm just saying it's simple 3D, right? And it's like, why should I try doing, like, something so complex if at the end of the day they're going to ask me to do this kind of cow, right? And, well, the thing is, depending on what kind of project you want to work on, you might need to push things a little bit, like, farther in the quality bar. So that's the thing that I see with this one. It's a good project. It's fun, but again, it's a little bit simple. So if you're gonna be doing something like this, maybe add another house, or maybe add again a couple of animals or something, just to really like push it to the next level, right? Again, not bad, but relatively simple, I would say. This is a little bit better. I like this one. Shows another kind of like a take on textures. That's fine. I'll probably blur the mountains a little bit more here, just to get something going that's a little bit more interesting. You can add something more here, like a couple of algae or plants or like crates, something just to break things up. It's very difficult, Gene, and this is something that of course is for everyone, but it's very difficult, guys, to have things isolated. Things are always a mess, and we as humans, even though we like things to be organized, there's always things that are gonna be a little bit more disorganized. I would expect to see again some barrels or some crates over here, maybe like a moto or like a Vespa or something, right? I would expect to see another crate over here, maybe a rope hanging. I don't know, like just the small little details that shouldn't take too long to model or to add, but that can bring the scene or give the scene a lot more life to it, right? Because otherwise it just looks a little bit too CG. And that's what we want to avoid. We always want to focus on that, like storytelling. Bring the bump down. This bump's a little bit too intense. A little bit too intense. I know some plastics have that sort of like bump, but that one might be a little bit too intense. It's a good gun though. Let's take a look at your topology. Yeah, nice. There you go. Nicely optimized. Yeah, this is a great one, Gene. It's a great example. Again, a little bit glossy in certain areas, I would say. You can probably tone it down. And see the intensity? Again, metal edgeware everywhere. If we go to the color, it's going to be a lot easier to visualize. No, it's actually not that bad. You actually soften it quite a bit. But see that metal edgeware going all around the piece? We gotta be careful there. Icarus Pollo! Icarusa Pollo! Yeah, my friend, you won! You won. I'll be contacting you, so so you can go to sleep. Don't worry, go to sleep, and at the end of the day or tomorrow when you wake up, I'll contact you on what's the word, on Discord, and I'll explain how you can redeem your prize. Okay? Don't worry, it's not gonna go anywhere. Yeah. So John, my advice again: complexity. We need something that's a little bit more complex. I don't like doing my portfolio as an example because I also have a lot of things to change, but this was one of the first environments that I did 10 years ago, and you can see the amount of stuff that I have in here, right? Barrels, crates, woods. I'm not saying that this is like the best piece out there. Of course, there's a lot of things to improve on this one as well, but you can see that it's not just a simple box with a rooftop. There's a lot of things going on, and that's the kind of stuff that makes your elements, or that should make your element like stand out a little bit more. Okay, so the complexity, and remember, that's the thing that I mention very frequent on the courses: complexity out of simplicity. You don't need to have really complex objects all the time. If you have a bunch of simple objects, you're gonna be able to do that. How long did they take me to do that? It was like 3 months, probably like 120 hours, something like that. There you go. Let's go to the next one.